Yeah, me see. That's the fisheries there. Yeah, check out this sea drawback.
St. Lucians looked on with amazement as the shoreline along Gantes Bay near the fisheries complex receded dramatically in the blink of an eye. The bow of many fishing vessels moored in the bay in cash trees were easily way above the waterline. The shallow waters quickly spurred wide speculation and conspiracy theories, which included fantastical and baseless stories of tidal waves spawned by the La Soufriere volcano all the way in St. Vincent. But behold, there is a simple answer to the perceived anomaly. It's called low tide, an extremely low tide, in this instant due to the time of year.
I think the video was taken sometime in the morning when we had low tide. The reason for the tides being so low is because of we are approaching the 20th of March. Around this time of year, the sun has a very, how would I put it, strong attraction to the ocean. So it's actually pulling the tides. So you're going to get some very high tides and very low tides. So this is a case of us having very low tides because of the attraction of the sun. The equinox is when you have equal day and equal night. Most of the times, the tides are caused by the moon phases. But in this instance, because of the equal attraction for day and night, you having the sun having a bigger influence. So it has caused the low tide to be extremely low.
High tide and low tide, the alternate rising and falling of the sea, usually twice in each lunar day at a particular place due to the attraction of the moon and the sun, are terms used in the daily weather forecast. They are caused by the moon and sun's gravitational pull on occurrence that spans millions of years, which in this case has no connection to the La Soufriere volcano.
There is no linkage right now. In the event that, say, an eruption would take place, then the receding of the water would happen a lot faster, and then like you'd get a tsunami occurring, right? Mm-hmm. It could occur based on an eruption from a volcano. But in this instance, the volcano had nothing to do with the low tides. It's just the time of year that we have a strong gravitational pull by the sun on our seas. And since Gantes Bay is a closed environment, you would get like a late effect. It won't happen exactly at low tide, but a little after, because of the bay, the water going out would be a lot slower.
Director of Met Services Andre Joyer explains that while the video and photos of Gantes Bay may seem spectacular and warrants documentation, this is not a highly unusual occurrence in the historical context.
This is a natural occurrence, and I think it has happened every year around this time. But since we don't have any recorded incidences, or maybe it hasn't gone this low, I don't have any evidence or recorded evidence to show that this has happened before. So this is something we'll be looking into to keep records. But persons living in the area should have noticed that happening before. So it's not something for panic.
Tides are important to measuring the depth and currents in and around the coastal areas and are useful in helping seafarers navigate the waters. During high tide in some areas, a ship or vessel could risk running aground, so consideration of the water level is crucial. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.